Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining me again. Did anybody else see the sunset tonight? Well, at least anybody else who lives anywhere where I do. It was quite spectacular. I had been sat inside reading a book after being out in the garden most of the afternoon, and I lifted my head out of the book, looked out of the window, and actually said, "Wow," out loud, despite the fact there was nobody else in the house at the time, unless you count the cats. And then I had to stop myself from doing something that an awful lot of us do when we see something like an amazing sunset. I wanted to grab my camera. I'm sure a lot of other people will have done it. I'm quite certain that during the course of this evening, all sorts of people will post their stunning sunset pictures on Facebook, and that's great. And I'm looking forward to seeing them. But I think that there is a but. As I suppressed the urge to go and grab a camera, what I was saying inside myself was, no, just stop and enjoy this moment. And so I did. I sat and watched as the sky changed colour, as that orange became deep pink and then fiery red. I watched as some of the clouds ahead of the incoming storm parted and created an almost straight pink line that ran from west to east, getting fainter and fainter as it got further from the sun. I watched as the clouds moved. I realized that there were two layers of cloud, a high layer that was hardly moving at all, and a much lower layer that was moving quickly, and the clouds were changing color and shape as they went. I looked at the trees that were silhouetted against the sky. The difference between the oak tree, the beech tree, and the Douglas fir all seemed particularly marked against that brightly coloured background. And all of a sudden, I was almost shocked by the contrast between the colours of the sunset and the bits of the sky more towards the north that were still clear and blue as they had been this afternoon. I watched until the colours faded, and all that was still visible of the sunset was a thin, low-down line of dark glowing red that was showing in patches behind the most distant trees. I could have taken a picture. I like taking pictures, as you know. But this evening it felt important to simply enjoy the gift of a beautiful sunset without trying to preserve it anywhere except in my own mind and memory. People have always tried to make pictures of about something of what they experience in life. The earliest cave paintings are something like 45,000 years old, and they are people who were trying to record the animals and the activities that were part of their everyday lives. And we've been doing it ever since in one way or another. But it's far easier now than it's ever been before. Lots of us have got smartphones, and phone cameras are amazingly good. We take pictures, we share our pictures with one another on social media. And please don't stop doing it, because I'm not going to. But maybe there is a balance to be found here. Maybe there are times when, rather than taking the photo, it's good to simply enjoy the present moment and not to let anything get in the way of that simple enjoyment. After all, if we have a God who can paint the sky to look as amazing as it did this evening, surely we can take a few minutes to give his creativity our undivided attention, can't we? As ever, I'm going to finish with a prayer. And as ever, if you'd like to make it yours, feel free to say or write an amen in the comments. Creator God, thank you for the beauty of this evening's sunset. Help us to take time to appreciate the moments when your world makes us simply stop and stare. Amen. Thank you for joining me. See you again tomorrow, I hope. Bye for now.